So I'm sure a lot of you, like me and my mom and other parts of my family, have what is known as a Keurig machine or Keurig machine or K-cup machine for short. And you may have noticed that that it is indeed very beneficial. Why? Because all you have to do is take something like this, which they do sell, and depending on what it contains, whether it's coffee, tea, or in this case, hot chocolate, pop it into the machine, and you're good to go. But you may have noticed that when you try to shop for those special K cups of your favorite coffees or hot chocolates or teas, you may have noticed that they do cost a pretty penny. Now, of course, that also depends on the brand. If it's store-bought, sometimes it'll be less or even more expensive than an established brand. But what if you don't want to go down that route? What if you want to just save money? How do you do that? Well, it's real simple. You go and look for these. These are K-cup filters, and these are basically a hybrid of how you traditionally used to do coffee and how you have coffee now when it comes to the K-cup brands or the K-cup machines, period. And how does it work? Well, I'll show you. You'll take something like this, and like I said, just follow the instructions I'm about to show you. Okay, so when it comes to utilizing these K-cup filters as I look at them, it's really simple. Now, all you have to do is is have your favorite branded coffee or grounded coffee, in your possession. In this case, it could be any brand. For me, it's Folgers. And it doesn't matter if it has to be Folgers. I mean, I like Folgers. I like, any store brand coffee that may have a similar taste, if not better. Maxwell, UB's, Starbucks, you name it, Don Francisco's, you kind of get what I'm saying. Any brand of coffee that you prefer, as long as you got a grounded version of it, it will work. Now, with that said, when it comes to these K-cups, if you will, as you could tell, all it is a close and shut kind of deal. But the reason they're looked at as sort of like a hybrid solution, if you will, when it comes to these machines, is because they basically combine what you get with these nowadays, these instant versions thanks to the K-cups with all the stuff inside already, and they combine it along with the traditional way of doing regular coffee. Now, when you have a regular coffee machine, you basically know what to do, right? All you have to do is take out the top, put a filter in, put in your coffee, put the filter, push the filter back on or put the filter back on, pour in your water, and you're good to go. And that usually will last a couple of cups. You don't have to worry about, constantly, taking one out and throwing it away. You have enough coffee that'll last you a while. And a lot of jobs do that. A lot of jobs actually have a combination of all three ways of doing coffee, or two ways of doing the coffee. They have the Keurig way, and they have the traditional way. But when it comes to this, the obvious money-saving solution is to go with these. Now, like I said, these cost about $3 to $5, depending on where you get them. And basically, it's a solution to saving money. Now, like I said, they do combine basically the traditional way of doing coffee and the more modern K-cup way of doing coffee, to basically solve all your problems, if you will. Now, how does this work? Well, first of all, like I said, you have to have some grounded coffee, at the ready. You have to have some grounded coffee. Now, the way it works is real simple. Now, of course, we have the coffee right here. This is grounded, of course. And what you do is you basically take your coffee, you get a scoop. We actually have two scoops in here. As you can see, we have 2 scoops inside. And what you do, as I turn on the highlight button, just make sure you see what I'm doing. Okay. So what you do basically is you take a scoop out like this, and you carefully, without spilling it, and I just spilled a little bit there, you put it into the cup. Now, it takes mainly just 1 scoop, depending on the scoop that you have, but sometimes it might even take more. See, this actually gives you just about 1 scoop. This here scoop that I have here will give you maybe 2 scoops. We'll have to be utilized for 2 scoops. But anyway, we'll take some of the residue, we'll put it inside here. Okay. And then what you do is, there you go. You snap it on, place it where you want to place it to be stored for later, and the rest is history. And you can primarily repeat the process depending on how many cups of coffee you want to utilize. Again, all you have to do is take one of the empty K-cup filters and then carefully put your coffee in there by the scoop. And like I said, sometimes it takes more than 1 scoop depending on your the scooper that you use to do it. And if you're using one like this, it only takes like a little. The second to third scoops, if anything, only are very little. The first one is full because you want to fill up most of it, and then if you have any space left, you want to basically, use tiny scoops to fill it up. And then again, you just place it, and there you go. And then if you have more on hand, basically rinse and repeat. And that's mainly how it works. And again, it doesn't matter what kind of coffee you have, what branded, whether it's store branded, established brands or whatever. If you have it around, it will work. And that's mainly all you have to do when it comes to actually saving money when it comes to these K-cup coffees. Now, like I said, and I know I'm repeating it a lot, I do apologize, but like I said at the beginning, these things will cost around $3 to $5, depending on where you get them. But in the end, they will actually save you money, because when you compare the pricing of buying one of these compared to buying, let's say, a 12 to 24 box pack, if you will, of regular flavored K-cups, it actually saves you money in the end. I mean, here, these cost almost about $5 at my former job of Walmart. So on average, that's $10. Here, we actually have more on top. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then along with these 9 and 10. So when you average that 10, if you average $5 each, you're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. You're looking at $50 saving. You're looking at $50 savings if you go down this route. The only thing that's going to cost you a little bit more money, is depending on the size of grounded, what I'm trying to say, sorry about that. What's going to cost you probably a little bit of money it all depends basically on the size of grounded coffee you want to get. Do you want to get, this? Do you want to get the little bags? The little bottles? Whatever the case may be. That's the only thing that's going to cost you a little bit more. But in the end, it's going to save you on an average of $50, in the long run, if you utilize these over the traditional regular K-cup coffees, if you know what I mean. But anyway, though, guys, that's pretty much about it. And before I go, I will show you once again how this works. Because basically, as I move this here, it's basically like doing the same thing with these. You put it in. But a little bit of a catch, you have to make sure this part right here faces the ending part, like right here, before you do it. And then the rest is history. That's about it. So, yeah. That's all you really have to do when it comes to utilizing these K filter cups, if you know what I mean. And again, in the long run, it'll save you just around maybe $50 a month, if not every few weeks, depending on how many people in your family drink coffee or how many cups of coffee you drink a day. But anyway, but with that said, though, guys, thank you all for watching. Comment down below. Sorry if I stumbled on my words at the beginning, middle, and the end of this video. But I just wanted to come on here, kind of give you a little bit of a, how to do kind of video when it comes to these kind of things, and also kind of show you how you could save almost about $50, if not around $50 in savings when it comes to utilizing your Keurig machines, but also combining the old-fashioned ways, but going with something like this. So let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like, and I am out.